You should not be buying your house in your own personal name. Guys, this is Alex Bracke with the Valor Group. This is something that we have specialized in helping our clients, our nation's defenders, our police, firefighters, prosecutors, defense attorneys, you name it, FBI, DEA, politicians. We have specialized working with folks who need to buy a home and keep their name off of tax records, many times for safety reasons, for their own safety, for their family's safety. Here are the top 3 reasons why this is a really smart idea for anybody to do. Number 1, this is really smart for financial planning. Now, if you're working with financial planners, if you've not worked with financial planners, they will tell you that this is a smart thing to do. This is kind of, I think of the old adage, right? Dress for the job that you want, not necessarily the job you have. This is something that the wealthy do for their own properties. And so folks that get really, really wealthy, right? They didn't get that way and then begin using the strategies that wealthy people use, right? They started out working with the strategies that wealthy people use, and that helped them to achieve wealth for their family. So guys, if this is a strategy, and it is, that wealthy folks use to help their own financial planning, it's something that's smart for many folks to use. So that's number 1. Number 2, a second reason why this is a really smart idea for folks is, especially if you are one of our nation's defenders, police, firefighters, prosecutors, you name it. What is one of the first things that a civil attorney is going to look for to see if you are a worthy target for a civil lawsuit? Well, they want to know that you have assets to your name, something that they can come after and make their efforts worthwhile. So if you have a home, that's probably, arguably for many of us, is the most expensive asset that we have. And when a civil attorney, if they're looking to sue you, as they do so often for our nation's defenders, if they're looking to sue you and you don't have a home in your name, well, suddenly you're a much less attractive person to want to go after potentially. So it's a great way to protect yourself in some instances. My attorney friends have told me it's a great way to protect yourself against the potential for some civil lawsuits and civil attorneys. But the number 1 reason that I say this is a smart idea, again, particularly for our nation's defenders, is the last thing you want is the ability for somebody to go looking for where your spouse and kids sleep while you're at work. Now, if you're like me, you maybe come from a world or are currently in a world where you work with folks who may mean you harm. And you sometimes may be a harder target to get to than perhaps your spouse or your children. And this was exactly what I faced and why I came up with our Homes for Cops program, was to help folks who need that level of security, the ability to get it. It was something that I looked for my real estate agent before I was ever in the business, and I couldn't find it. They didn't know what I was trying to do. And so we came up with this program called Homes for Cops that helps people buy a home with some level of anonymity so that they don't have to worry about whether or not somebody is able to find their spouse and kids while they're off at work. And so if that's you, even if it's not you, reach out to us. This is something we're passionate about. We've been doing this now for 10 years, helping folks buy homes with some level of anonymity. There's lots of good reasons why you may want to consider it. And if you are, reach out. We'd love to help.